In the words of my friend Sean Galligan, I say, good evening and welcome to the penultimate round of the Season 1 M&M's Cup Series Championship, as we're going to get ready to have one more race before we crown our Season 1 champion here on this channel. Austin LaGrange starts on the pole position. He is ineligible to win the championship, 147 points back of the points lead. Not going to happen, 35th on the points, but he would like to try to find victory lane as best he can. He needs his still looking for his first win of the year. He's alongside Mohammed Zain, who's also mathematically ineligible to win the championship, as he is 37th in the championship. So, not the way he wanted to finish up this season as far as that's concerned. Skylar Taylor dropped 3 spots down to 6th in the standings. She's still eligible, but really needs to start getting it together if she wants to be in the championship hunt. And CJ Brack, or Ayrton De Silva, rather, 63 points back. I think it's going to be impossible. Unless he can get a win, he can put himself in championship contention, but it's going to be a bit of a long shot, and CJ Bracken will complete your top 5. Here's a look at the rest of the starting lineup for this evening's race. Get these cars moving. The command has already been given. As let's see if these cars can roll off properly. In the test race, someone didn't get going, so at least that's a good thing. And looks like everybody is rolling. Looks like UCSL is having troubles trying to get going. Looks like he has gotten going, so looks like we're okay as far as that's concerned. Here are the point standings real quickly. M Chilton leads by 5 points over L Dorn. Z Panini dropped 2 spots down to third in the standings. L Bianchi is fourth. Then Sylvia Cunningham, Skylar Taylor, Christopher Bright, J Harmon, Shane Scott, and Connor Breton, the top 10. As UCSL has come to pit road with a problem, as we are green here at, it's like a flat tire in UCSL. That's not good for the 45. And UC is down the way. Looks like he had a tire going down on the start. That's why he got off the line slowly. More than likely, will fall 1 lap down, as Austin LaGrange will lead the first lap. Where's the 45? Here comes the 45 now out on the track, so now he will be scored. Although he will be 1 lap down as a result. Top break for UCSL. This is not the way the 45 team wanted. 23rd in the points, already out of contention for the championship. There are 10 drivers that are mathematically battling for the champion, that are still eligible for the championship, but realistically, there would be 6. As there's BBC J Bracken. Austin LaGrange still looking for his first win on the year. Hasn't been the best of season for Austin LaGrange, but would like to finish up what has been a difficult season. Just try to find victory lane in these last 2 races, and he'll be very proud if you ask me. I'm going to throw a little note here, a little disclaimer. After I give you the full finisher results, when you see the point standings down in the description, as BBC is getting ready to take the lead, if your name is above that dotted line or highlighted in yellow, which I'm actually going to put dotted line. So that means if you are above that dotted line, you are still eligible to battle for the championship. If you're below that dotted line after this race, you are mathematically eliminated from championship contention.
Moi is actually inspired by the Japanese immigrants in Tijuana. It's Jamaica, apricot, serrano, raisins, cherries, hibiscus flowers, orange peel, orange juice, and we put it on everything. It's a good little fruit paste. And then this is the aguachile juice. Aguachile is just lemon juice and chile. I'm adding a little bit of a random flavor and making it eat aguachile. And last, I have not started on my carne asada taco.
Skylar Taylor and Tori Gossett battling back here. Skylar Taylor comes into this race 6th in the points. She's trying to run down Maxie Chilton, who is the points leader coming into tonight's race. Let's take a look at the back of the field. The UCSL has already been lapped by the entire field. Connor Breton's back here. Bianchi's back here at the rear of the field. That's not where Bianchi needs to be. Bianchi 4th in the points. This is not where he needs to be. There's Josh Harmon, Christopher Bright. Josh Harmon, one of those other drivers that are still in contention for the championship, but with where he's running right now, he could be out of it. Last week's winner, Sylvia Cunningham from Pikes Peak. Not running really well, but needs to start starting to move forward right about now. Larry Hoyt battling Lauren Ekstrom. There's Rogel Dorn, 2nd in points. Right behind Nathan Orman, not running for the championship, just running these races, getting him ready for the return of the Oreo Cup Series. I'll have to double check to see if he's rookie eligible or not. I do not think he ran in 2022. I'll have to double check that. There's Harold Farkesco, Jacob Foster, Daniel Gitteroth, Ellie Rose. Ellie Rose can't win the championship either. Daniel Gitteroth, Evelyn Marsh, Ayrton De Silva back here in the 16th position. There's Cody Smart. Cody was eliminated in the Oreo Cup Series playoffs. And there's the driver who's 3rd in the standings. That would be Panini. There's the points leader, Maxie Chilton. Right now, Maxie Chilton would keep the points lead heading into the season finale next week. And remember what happened here. Bianchi is a former winner in Memphis, and that was in the Foster Series, by the way.
My mom has always been supportive, and to this day, as a 39-year-old woman, I still call my mommy to come and make rice pudding at my house. I really hope this cooks in time. It's about 20 minutes, give or take, so it will be ready close to the end. You know, I do this to myself.
30 minutes. Who will be the last to sit on the throne?
Let's make it. Focus, just focus.
Culinary sabotage is back.
Austin LaGrange has led the most laps today. C Bracken right there in 2nd. Tori Gossett. Skylar Taylor's doing her championship hopes a lot of good. Mamatine in 5th. Lupe Contreras 6th. Jeremy Isley 7th. J Lattero in 8th. 9th. Casey Hoy. And 10th is Matt Gomes. And the honorable mention of Maxie Chilton in 11th. Can't believe next week is championship weekend. The first of many championships we're going to crown this year in 2025. We got to crown we get this series to crown first. Then we have just we have just Red Bull GT Series and then Trucks Busch and Winston Cup, which by the way, Trucks Busch and Winston Cup won't be done until like late November. Because the NASCAR season, if I looked at the calendar correctly, they end in early November. November 2nd is when the season ends. That's the same weekend we have our second elimination race for the Winston Cup Series drivers. Because we still have 4, then we will have 4 extra races coming out. So if you think we're done with racing on this channel or racing in general, we are not. And the last time these Xfinity cars raced at Memphis was in Buffalo Wild Wings Series competition. UCSL still one lap down. That's a tough break for him. He's had that flat tire, never recovered, and he's going to come away in the second place. I will probably be hosting a Discord in a server. I don't know which server it'll be in. I will have co-commentators joining me for the season finale. It's going to be a fun end to the season. I want to take this time to say this copyrighted broadcast is presented by the authority of the World Racing Association and the Blue Hedgehog TV for the private use of our audience. Any reproduction or rebroadcast or retransmitted or any other disseminations or the use of this broadcast without the express written consent of the World Racing Association, the Blue Hedgehog TV is prohibited. Blue Hedgehog TV want to thank you fans for your support, and we hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast. Maybe CJ Bracken trying to have a chance to pass.
With hundreds of sales every week, eat well for less at Whole Foods Market.
This is the legendary Mike B. With this kid can talk and tell stories. And if you've had one, you probably got a story worth telling. Here's the 50 years.
Down the 4 laps to go here at Memphis. Austin LaGrange, a driver at the beginning of the year we've never heard of before. We've got to learn him a lot during this season. CJ Bracken, as he just got loose coming off turn 4, trying to battle the 74 for the race lead. So we're down to 3 laps of racing to go. CJ Bracken ready to head off to Watkins Glen. In fact, we're going to have an overnight flight to Watkins Glen, as we will have Oreo Cup Series, as we also have Trucks, Busch, and Winston Cup also coming your way from Watkins Glen. So we have a quadruple header, which is going to be exciting. So a busy weekend up in upstate New York. Here comes the white flag in the air. 1 more lap to go for Austin LaGrange. Mike Harmon Racing has not been to victory lane and since I want to say the Buffalo Wild Wings Series, if I remember correctly. Well, that's going to change here today. First career win for Austin LaGrange, as he's going to win the Sam's Town 250 here tonight at Memphis. For a driver who's had a struggling season, and to say it was a struggling season is a bit of an understatement. But like Sylvia Cunningham did last week, that's pole to win for the second weekend in a row, believe it or not. CJ Bracken in second. I don't know if that is going to be enough for him to get into championship contention or not. We're going to have to see, because we're going to have to figure out what the scenarios are going to have to be going into that race, because CJ was only 65 points back of the points lead. So I really don't know if he's done enough to get back into championship contention or not. Tori Gossett will get third. Of course, she's not battling for the championship after the struggling season she has had so far in the 24th in the points. It's going to be too little too late for her, but still a nice result nevertheless. Skylar Taylor, 6th in points, top 5. This will definitely put her in championship contention going into the season finale next week at the Milwaukee Mile, as she comes home in 4th. Muhammad Zain, not battling for the championship, but still gets a top 5, 37th in the points. A struggling season for him. Good job to him. L Contreras puts both of the Joey Gase Motorsports cars in the top 10 with a 6th place result. Jeremy Isley, our winner from Daytona, will come home in 7th. J Lattero, solid result in 8th. JP is also another driver not battling for the championship, 20th in the points, 73 back. I don't know if he's done enough. I think he's going to be, quote, long shot, but realistically, I don't think he's done enough. Maxie Chilton will get 9th. He's in good shape. He will more than likely, let's see, Skylar is 26 back, and she finished 4th, Chilton 9th. So that's 5 points. So Maxie Chilton still looking pretty good in the driver's seat to possibly get a championship for Captain Frank, which I'll be happy for Captain Frank if that ever happens. And Quentin Moore gets a 10th place result. Good for him. Bushy Clements gets 11th. Has Bushy Clements put himself in championship contention? We're going to have to see about that. Zachy Panini, 13th. Matt Gomes in 12th. Ayrton De Silva and Cody Smart were your top 15. Look on down to the rest of the finishing results, and I think we can safely say some of these drivers, they're going to really take a hit that might be eligible for the championship, but could be too little too late. L Bianchi, 34th. Where does this put him in the situation as far as the championship is concerned? R Dorn, 2nd in points. He could be in long shot territory as far as that is concerned. A couple of other drivers who needed good runs get back in the championship contentions. I don't think it's going to be enough for them. Connor Breton finished in the 36th position. I think we can safely say his championship hopes are definitely done. So I think Connor Breton's definitely out of the hunt as far as the championship is concerned. Shane Scott finished in as we had 41 drivers finish on lead lap. Casey Hoyt, the last of them. UCSL had a flat tire at the start of the race, never recovered, 42nd, but did finish the race on the lead lap. Shane Scott, 26. I don't know if 26 is going to be enough to keep him in contention. I think that might have just eliminated him from having any chances of winning the championship, or as far as that's concerned. But again, we're going to have to see about that. We're going to have to figure out all the calculations as far as that is concerned. I hope you guys enjoyed this evening's race from Memphis. If you did, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to become part of the World Racing Association crew today. We shown your full finish results. Pay attention to the points down the description. If you are above that dotted line, that means you're still eligible for the championship. If you are below that dotted line, that means you are out of the hunt for the championship, but you could have a chance still to play championship spoiler as we head to Milwaukee next week. Up next, our race weekend continues. We have a quadruple header, which I didn't realize we had a quadruple header. We have the Oreo Cup Series on Thursday, the Craftsman Truck Series on Friday, the Busch Series race on Saturday, and the Winston Cup Series on Sunday to wrap up our quadruple header weekend from upstate New York, Watkins Glen International Raceway. Hope you will tune in for that. Should be a fun race weekend. Next week, we head to Texas Motor Speed. Next week, we head to Wine Country of Infineon Raceway. Go home qualifying at 11 a.m. Eastern, or noon Eastern Standard Time, then 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, our 15th race of the season. The Oreo Cup Series will be at Kentucky for go home qualifying, which will be at 8 p.m. We're going to have the championship race be on a Thursday because we have Oreo Cup Series, middle race of the Elite Eight at Kentucky. We will have the final race of this series at Milwaukee, and then we head off to Loudon for Busch and Winston Cup Series coming your way from Loudon. That should be a lot of fun. Then the following week, we will focus on the remaining 4 series. We have Auto Club, which, by the way, I found out rain in the forecast for go home qualifying, but will be drying out for the race. Our final elimination race for the Oreo Cup Series, and then Busch and Winston Cup coming your way from Richmond. You don't want to miss all the races we got coming up on the channel. Until then, IBD DeVoe signing off. Good night from Memphis. We'll see you next week for Championship Weekend as you've been watching another broadcast courtesy of the World Racing Association, the greatest racing since 2013. Good night from Memphis.